mission of CRY and the vision of CRY is creating an India, a society which puts children at the center of its decision making, which leads to children becoming happy, healthy, and creative. If as a nation we are tested by how we treat our children and how we understand that children are the center of our development, then it's the only way that the future of the country is in secure hands. Over the last so many years, we have supported over 700 and I would say 60 odd small grassroots organizations to actually take root and grow. We are very proud of is that we try and reach children in places jahan dhoop bhi nahi chamak. Children are either not in school, or they are malnourished, or they don't have access to health care, or they are in danger because they are either being forced to get into either labor, or they're married, or they're trafficked. These indicators is what drives us. So the attempt is to try and reach children who are affected by multiple marginalization. We work with the children themselves, mainly in the area of equipping them for life with life skills. And in these spaces, we work with children to ensure that their psychosocial strength is built up. Work with their parents on, why children need to be in school and not married or not in labor. So we definitely work with the community, both on their knowledge and their attitudes, etc., but also their consciousness that their children are people with rights, that they are whole people in themselves. We do a lot of work with government to ensure that those systems and structures work for immunization, for take-home rations, for supplementary feeding, for pregnant mothers and children and so on, whether it's with school teachers and the school system, whether it's the school management committee. We always say children can have rights only if an adult is a duty bearer. Our work revolves around what we call the JEDI values: justice, equity, dignity, and integrity. If you look at the way we evolved, there were organizations at various levels. So in education itself, you'll find so much work that voluntary organizations brought to the fore. Like, for example, the research that led us to understand that children would learn best in their own first language. So then the creation of dialects, the creation of bridge materials, making sure that there were teachers who could actually work with those children. So there are some organizations who only worked with saying, can I work on a new law to ensure education becomes a fundamental right? India signed the Human Rights Charter, then India signed the Child Rights Charter. So making all of that real, I believe, that has been a very partnering role played by volunteer organizations. I think sometimes we get so focused on what we've got left done to do that we also forget about how much that has been done. We have a juvenile justice system. We have the right to food and midday meals for children. We do have primary schools today, and most of our inhabitation. In India, the greatest strength we perhaps have, which may be weakening today, is our sense of community. The greatest strength we have is these amazing, incredible people who are in the sector, who, give up everything and are sitting in a village in Bastar and doing work there. Parallelly, if I just look at CRY's own journey, the number of people supporting has grown by leaps and bounds. Is there a long way to go? Of course. Our job is to look after those who slip through the government's social security net. So the greatest challenge, therefore, is the fact that it's the implementation of the laws. School ke liye budget hai, hona chahiye, teacher aana chahiye, but aa nahi raha. The money that is allocated doesn't get utilized or gets eaten up along the way. At one time, I think we hoped that education would remove bigotry, make things better for women and girls. The fact that our percentage of women in the formal sector, we're one of the few countries in the world where that percentage has fallen. Increased technology has led to female feticide. So I think an understanding that education will have to go beyond math and English. How are we shaping cultures and thinking of our young people and of ourselves? As the country grows in prosperity and confidence, the unfortunate side effect of it could be overestimating our ability to look after ourselves. And so we don't need foreign money, or we don't need help from the world. For example, we have the world's largest number of malnourished children. We need the world's help, and we need the world to take responsibility. In many strange ways, the pandemic has, I think, brought issues to fore. Casual labor and the fact that people don't have guarantees. Young people and lots of people do want to take action, but what we need to do is find and join together on finding innovative ways of finance. And to do that, I think we'll have to let go of some of our, oh, I'm a 40-year-old organization, so I know everything. We need to seriously have a look at ensuring that we use the new technologies. You can use a YouTube. That's a huge space that has opened up for us. So we have to reprioritize and say, boss, I'm going to put the resources and acquire the expertise required for that. To me, I think that is something I see us needing to do and needing to do really fast. We have to make sure everybody knows. We have to make sure knowledge is spread. We have to make sure the ability to meet statutory compliances is built in civil society. We have to build the ability to recognize where capital is flowing and where it's sitting. We have to build the ability to use new forms of digital technology better in many ways, both in programming and in fundraising. And we have to ensure that we are actually communicating and ensuring that people trust us and understand us better.